Hi everyone. Hello. Hello, warm welcome from Thailand. And thank you for joining me for an hour of self-care, self-love in a restorative practice. Hello. Hi Sammy. Hi my little papa. Oh, beautiful. Warm welcome. I'll give it 2 more minutes for others to join. So cool. Yay. Right back at ya. Hi. Thank you. Thank you. So here we are, a worldwide community of medicinal dreams, all about unwinding and relaxing together. Hi, loves. Okay, so please take a moment to bring your whole presence here, whatever motions, feelings, conditions you might be having, and make yourself as comfortable as you possibly can. Hi. Sorry, I get too excited. So this hour is all about tuning into the more subtle energies of the body. I often think of restorative yoga as sort of a rebel yoga, because it is tuning into everything we are not conditioned to tune in, and pay respect to all the subtle, quiet energies that have a voice once you let the inner clutter, the busyness and the noise calm down. So let's rebel together and really appreciate and respect and take our physical houses just as it is today. Prepare for sleep. Get ready for the nervous system to calm down. So what you need is a pillow or two, and if you don't have that, don't worry. And maybe some medicinal dreams drops. So do whatever you need to do in order for you to feel like you are fully here. Hey, Dynamics 179. So then let's start off by extending our legs. Fully arriving to this moment, this body, and maybe start massaging your legs. Massaging your toes like nobody's watching. Massaging your ankles. Use as much pressure as feels comfortable. Maybe your calves. Just dusting off the day. Grabbing onto any stagnancy and sort of letting it set aside. Just massaging your calves. Maybe starting to tap all of your feet onto the bed or onto the surface of the ground. Just waking up that inner chi. And then maybe tapping your core or massaging your belly, waking up the digestive system. Maybe waking up the chest, tapping the chest. Just sensing how it is, how does it feel like to live inside your body today. Maybe tapping the arms, massaging the arms, do whatever feels comfortable. And then gently start tapping the neck. tapping the face, all the nerve endings, all the little muscles. Go ahead, give yourself a little head massage. It's like you would massage someone you really love. And when you feel ready, just return the arms back, resting on the knees, and sense, what does that inner chi feel like? How easily accessible it is. Beautiful. Starting to find a little movement in the body as we go towards our all fours. Take your time to arrive. And here, finding your all fours so that your wrists are below your elbows, your shoulders, and knees and hips are aligned. And imagine you want to only move your rib cage. Just find very, very subtle movements on the spine. Only your rib cage is moving. Everything else is staying present, grounded. Tiniest little movement, and then turn the direction, turn it other way. Tune into the breath. See if you can breathe into the space between the ribs. Beautiful. Pause in the center, and then only start moving your hips. Everything else stays very steady. The only thing that is moving is your hips. Fantastic. Feel the belly tucked in and reverse the circle. Tiny, tiny movement. And then pausing in the center and find as much fluidity in the whole spine. Start moving the whole spine, opening the chest, rounding, cat and cows, whatever feels comfortable. See how beautiful it is to get that full range of emotion, waking up all of you, how much you are in control. And reverse the circles, maybe round the head. Look ridiculous. Then pausing in the center, we go towards our first yin pose. So you can start walking your fingers further. So your hips stay exactly as they are. You just want to walk the fingers as far away from you, far away from you as you can. Melting heart. Feel your heart space melting towards the mat, your bed. And find your modification here. If anything feels too much, don't go there. Just find a comfortable edge where you get the most juiciest stretch without pain. A variation, a symbol of surrendering, is maybe bring the palms of your hands together and start bringing them all the way behind your head. Letting your forehead sink into the surface of the ground. Give your body, your mind, a permission to calm down. The only thing that matters at this moment is the quality of your breath the quality of your being. See if you can deepen the inhales, direct them all the way onto the back of your body, the side. See if you can extend the pause between, taking in the medicine of the fresh breath. And on an exhale, with intention, let things go. In restorative yoga, in yin yoga, we want to find the comfortable edge in your body and then settle into stillness. Let the subtle magic do its work. With every exhale, you can feel your heart melting towards the ground, giving gravity more of you. You can set an intention for this hour. Maybe a one-word mantra you can come back to, choosing whatever it is that you might need. Whether it's trust or rest, peace. Unity. Breathe that word in as an invitation. As we're halfway through the pose, see if there's any adjustments you'd like to make. See if there's a bit more breath you might like to invite. We'll spend the next 5 breaths finishing up and at the end of your last breath, you can bring your arms back onto the surface of the ground, starting to lift your forehead off the mat. And keeping your arms as they are, just start walking your hips all the way onto the ground. Your elbows are directly under your shoulders. As we go to our seal or sphinx, whatever variation feels appropriate for you today. In your mind, you want to press the hips, letting them surrender on the ground, sensing that back bend on your lower back and opening your chest forward, rolling the shoulders back. A variation is to stay here. If you might need a little bit more intensity, you can start straightening your arms. Or if you feel like you'd want to back off a little, feel free to walk your elbows a little further. Tuning in to the subtle music, the melody of your breath. Letting go of the rush and the busyness of the mind. There is nothing to accomplish. No one to compete with. It is said that this pose activates the space in your spine that is called the gate of life, where the chi lives. So feel free to welcome it in. If it feels comfortable, you can even lift your chin a little higher to activate the thyroid. If it's too much for your body, don't even worry about it. Let your neck find its own place. you can remind yourself of your mantra, your word of healing, and let the sensation of the word spread over you like a blanket. As we're halfway through the pose, is there anything you'd like to change? Is there a way for you to invite in more acceptance? More calmness? Feeling how soft the face feels. Feeling how soft the outside world feels when all is well in your body. We'll spend about 10 more breaths here. And whatever feelings might come up, just remember that feeling is part of the healing. And you are supported by this practice, by the community. Not alone. And 2 more breaths into the back of your body, into the side rib. And then you can start lowering the whole of your upper body down, maybe bringing your hands as a pillow, resting your forehead on the mat. Observing what is going on, what has changed. When you feel ready, starting to come up onto your elbows, and you want to bring your right hand all the way as far back to the right as you can. The palm is facing the ground, and then starting to turn your hips towards the ceiling. Find your edge. Take time to settle into the pose. See if it feels comfortable to keep both legs extended, or maybe support your pose with your left arm, with your left leg. Seeing if it's comfortable to use your pillows. Inviting your mantra, your calmness. Surrendering to the space of rest. As we're halfway, see if it makes sense to you to walk the fingers a little higher up or lower down. Maybe sensing the tingling on the fingertips, the inner work happening. If your mind starts to wander, without judgment, just bring it back to the breath. Back to your invitation. Stay here about 5 more breaths. Make them count. And when you feel ready, very micro movements, start backing off from the pose, taking all the time you need. Observing with curiosity the differences of the sides. Maybe turning your head a little. Letting your face and eyelids feel heavy. And start extending your left arm all the way to the left. Grounding the shoulder. I will turn direction so I don't feel rude. Turning my back. And if it makes sense for you, you can start lifting the right leg, supporting the pose, supporting yourself with your right arm. Inviting your calm. Every breath is making you feel heavier, more grounded and peaceful. Feeling the belly move with the rhythm of your breath. As we're halfway, is there anything you might need to change or want to change to surrender more. Listening to all the things that happen in your body without your effort. We'll spend about 10 more breaths here. Feeling the warmth of the in-breath and the easiness of the out-breath. The beauty of not forcing. And when you feel ready, start to peel yourself off the pose, same way as you went in, or improvise, get in a way that feels most aligned. Maybe removing your pillow for a moment and just taking a pause in between, letting your forehead rest on the mat. Sensing everything that's going on in the body. Your physical home. And the healing vibration of you devoting time to look after it. And when you feel ready, you can start coming back onto your all fours. You're wiggling out the hips, balancing out the sides. As we go towards our last yin pose, our sleeping swan. So bring your right knee towards your right wrist. Feel free to use pillows or blocks or blankets under your hips if that feels comfortable. You don't want any pinching on the knee. Just having the hips facing towards the ground And then surrendering, falling up and over. Using your pillows here, create a castle as high as you can, or as high as you want. And start letting go. Whatever was your chosen word, something you might need, breathe the sensation onto any tightness and stiffness. Let it melt away. The eyelids are heavy. Your forehead is soft. Mind is calm. Breath feels warm. We'll stay here about 5 more breaths. And on your own rhythm, you can keep your eyes closed if that feels comfortable. It's coming off the pose towards your all fours, slowly and carefully, wiggling out the sides. Feel your whole body super heavy. Observing the differences. When you feel ready, start to bring the left knee towards the left wrist. surrendering to your sleeping swan. The coziness of the dream world starting to invite you. The pleasure of knowing that at this moment everything is okay. Tuning into the attitude of gratitude of our collective, all breathing and healing together. As we're more than halfway through the pose, see if there's a way for you to release a little more. Maybe sense the tingling in the toes. In the presence of the life force. We'll spend the next 10 breaths here. Breathe in the benefits. Breathe out tension. you feel ready, you can start peeling yourself off the pose. Maybe removing the pillow. And start to come all the way onto the final resting pose, the most important pose of this practice. If there is anything you would like to adjust, take medicinal dream drops, put on woolly socks or take a blanket. Feel free to do so. And find your variation. If you want to come down lying on the mat, maybe placing a pillow under your chest or under your knees, or possibly even choosing my personal favorite, kind of using it all, legs up against the wall. Remind yourself of your mantra, your word, and let it sink in, melt into the whole of your being. Noticing what has changed. What does self-care and calmness do to your physical body? Knowing that right now everything is okay. Starting to direct the breath onto the space on your solar plexus. And maybe giving it a color, your favorite color. And with every inhale, sense the color taking over you, healing you, holding you, calming. Sensing the power of the color, of your mantra, of your breath, expanding onto your chest and hips. Give all of you to gravity. Expanding all the way onto your arms, fingers and legs, calves and toes. Maybe feeling the color expand outside of you onto your loved ones, the whole of your community. Sending peace and healing. Knowing that your cup is always full. Have a beautiful night. Sleep tight.